That's the fun part, too. I mean, normally my son is here. My son is here, but today was his birthday. So he decided he was going to go down and watch the Boston Red Sox. Well, I just tried to discourage him from doing that lately. But he went down and decided to do it. But most of you know, and I'm glad to see some kids here, most of you know that whenever we have these kind of events, my son Matthew loves to be here. He loves to be here. One of the favorite things he does, he actually knows a lot of these people you see. He chats with them. At 16 years old, he chats with them. And he gets these people like I've never ever seen, which is fun. But the reason why is not because my son is so intelligent, but he is. Not because of that. It's because the people that he talks to have conversations with him. And that's what we've lost a long time ago. The ability to have these great conversations. And this next individual is just one of those people who knows how to have a conversation. Sitting up on this stage with a microphone is not what he'd rather be doing. Sitting next to you, chatting with you, even well beyond when he should stay, is what he'd love to do. He's a true son of New Hampshire. I mean, his feet have got granite. There's liberty flowing through his body. He's one of those people that whenever you meet him, people say, that's someone, regardless of whether you're a Democrat or a Republican or an independent, you say, that's someone I can trust with my kids. That's the greatest compliment you can give any one individual, because in the end, isn't that what we're asking our leaders to do? To trust them with our kids. If we can't leave them alone in a room with our kids, how in the hell are we going to expect them to make sure that their future is bright and secure? And that should be the paramount benchmark for all of us. And this next individual, I have no problem whatsoever leaving my son alone with. And if you go on my website, you'll see that one of the biggest smiles my son ever has is whenever he's next to this gentleman. He loves this man more than anything. He thinks he would be great if he was a leader in some way or another. But right now he is a leader for freedom. He is a leader for liberty. And one of the greatest things about him is he's a former high school teacher. And once you've survived high school as a teacher, you can survive anything. Ladies and gentlemen, a true son of New Hampshire, Ovide LaMontagne.
Well, that was a very kind introduction, and I hope that the Red Sox finally win a game for your son, Jeff. It's great to be here with you this afternoon, and it's great to be with people who love freedom and liberty, and you love freedom and liberty, don't you? That's why you're here. You're also here because you know, and I know, that what's happening in America, what happened beginning in the 2010 election cycle, is but the first phase of a many-phase process to reclaim the rightful role of the people over government in this country and in the state. You know that we are now heading into the second phase of the great American Reformation, and that's the election of 2012. And I'm here to join you to make sure that Barack Obama is not the next president of the United States. Our current president has demonstrated time and time again that he believes in Eastern European socialism. He wants that for us. We do not want that, Mr. President. We want a new president of the United States. I want to say a word, too, about us as a people and as a country. You know and I know that freedom is not free. And the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. But that price is not simply paid by the wonderful men and women in uniform who protect us each and every day, and for whom we should always pray and give a great debt of gratitude to them. Those men and women in uniform. But the price of freedom is not just paid by them. It's paid by you and me. Because we are the sovereign, we need to keep government in check and make sure the people who are elected understand that they serve us and they don't rule us. That they respond to us and they care for us, and the way the Constitution provides. You know and I know that we are where we are in this country because for the last 50 years or so, particularly, we've sat on our hands. We have not been vigilant. And the Tea Party movement, the 9/12 movement, the Liberty movement is about freedom and liberty and reclaiming our rightful role, and we need to continue to support it. We need to continue to support each other. I know and you know that it won't be easy. We didn't get here overnight. So we need to continue to be vigilant and invite other people to us. Somebody remarked today that we're adding new members to the various groups around the state. We need to continue to invite people to come and join us. And the best way to do it is to invite cheerfully, with decorum, with a positive message. No one should misunderstand that we may look angry, because we are, but we're really passionate. And we want other people to be cheerful warriors with us. So let's invite them to join our cause. Now I do want to remind you of something, because since it's around April 15th, I'd like to talk about this a little bit. In my left hand is the tax code of the United States of America. All 4,052 pages of it. And this is just the law in this tax code. Tax Freedom Day in this country came on April 12th. On average, and in New Hampshire came April 9th, according to the Tax Foundation. If we actually tried to raise the dollars necessary to support the spending projected at the federal level through 2011, Tax Freedom Day would come on May 23rd. That means for every American, we work for the government until April 9th and technically until May 23rd. But what are we doing? We're passing our excesses, our deficits, our debt to the next generation and the generations after that, and that is a crime and it's immoral and it needs to stop right now. In my hand here is a book that contains the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States. If you were to print this book with the same typeface of this other book, you could probably put these words on 10 pages. This book is a book about freedom and liberty in the United States of America. This book is a book about tyranny and oppression in the United States of America. And with the help of Sue DeLemus, Sue, would you bring over? Thank you. I want to show something. Rich Asher talked about this. What we need to do with this is scrap it. If the government can't understand that, then the laws are wrong. Do you call the IRS for an opinion? You call 5 times, you get 5 different opinions. We need a flatter, simpler tax in this country, and we need to start from fresh, from scratch, and scrap that. But we also need to do something else, and that is to make sure that the taxes that are assessed reflect the spending decisions that are made. And we have a huge disconnect at the federal level in this country. That is what's ruining this country. And you know it, and I know it. Why should we push off pain to our children and grandchildren? Let's make the tough decisions now. Let's support a federal balanced budget amendment to at least start to put us onto a track of sanity. And in the end, we're going to put us back on the right track. I'd like to leave you with this one thought, and that is this. We don't do this alone. We don't do this for ourselves. We do this for our families. And we do this with the help of our Creator, who has endowed us with unalienable rights, the rights among them to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And let's never forget that what we're about as a people isn't about how much money we can make, although we honor the capitalist system and those who can make a lot of money. We're not Americans because we want to have fancy things. We're Americans because we believe that each one of us is endowed by our Creator with those unalienable rights, and we are here about that. That's what drives us. That's what motivates us. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the great state of New Hampshire. Thank you very much.
He left his Constitution for me. Ovide, do you want this? No? Oh, yeah, because it's got bookmarks and it's all over the place.